Tired of buying SMMA courses, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll be giving you guys the exact breakdown behind how you can actually hit 10K a month with your agency, right? If you need one-on-one help, just drop me a DM on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. As I said earlier, guys, in this video, I'll be showing you guys exactly how you can hit 10K a month with your agency, right? No fluff, pure sauce. Just listen to this video clearly and trust me, you'll be able to hit 10K a month very fast, if not very close to 10K a month, right? So let's not waste any time here. Let's get straight into it, right? So the first thing that you want to focus on when you're trying to build up your SMMA, right, is setting appointments and closing appointments. Everything else that you're doing, right? Let's say you're building a website, setting up your Facebook, Instagram pages, whatever it is, you're just wasting your time. Like, I'm being completely honest, right? What you want to focus on is setting as many appointments as you can for your agency and closing as many as you can, right? So when it comes to setting appointments, right, there's two channels that you can focus on. It's whether it's paid outbound strategies or cold strategies, right? Both are proven to work, right? And let's get deeper into it, right? So with paid strategies, what I want you to do, guys, is obviously, as I always say, run it broad of meta ads, right? Pick a niche, pick an offer, right? Call out the audience and run it on $33 a day. And trust me, you will get leads coming in as fast as possible. And if you're a good closer, you'll start closing and you'll see the return. However, if you do not have the money to spend, right, what I suggest you guys do is cold DMs, cold callings, and cold emails, right? Whether you guys use a hybrid system or whether you go all in on one system, right? You have to do a lot of volume here, right? If you're doing a lot of volume, trust me, you'll be getting on a lot of meetings, right? And one secret strategy that a lot of people don't really go into is, you can also use cold SMS. However, cold SMS does require some capital to start. At least, if you want to be blasting 1,000 SMSs a day, that's $30 a day as well, right? So you can pick and choose, depending on the situation that you're in, right? So if you're going all in on cold, just do a lot of volume, right? Trust me, if you're doing at least 100, 200 DMs a day with IG DMs, you're going to start seeing results fast, right? So ideally, the goal is to, get 5 to 8 calls a day, right? Or like one call, two call a day, right? As many calls as you can a day, right? And if you can get a 50% show up rate, right, which is the average show up rate, if you don't have the systems in place to get it higher, right? And if you close 1 out of 10 calls, right, you will get to 10K a month. Like, these are conservative numbers considering like you don't know sales very well, right? But if you keep getting calls, you're getting one call a day, for example, right? Let's say that 30 calls, that's at least 3 closes, right? That's for 3K a month, right? But if you like setting five appointments a day, you have 5 calls a day, right? You're gonna get very far very fast, right? So this is like what's going to guarantee you to get to 10K a month, right? Just setting as many meetings as possible through whether it's paid ads or whether it's cold strategies, right? Or a mix of two, right? And booking as many meetings as possible, right? So that way you can get on many calls and, start closing them, right? Because if you're not closing at least 1 out of 10 of these calls, you suck at sales and, you have a sales issue, not an appointments issue, right? And this is exactly what's going to get you 10K a month, right? So what do you do next? What do you do once you start getting these clients, right? This is what's going to help you actually start growing your agency, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you're burning and churning your clients, because you will never successfully run a marketing agency if you're not retaining your clients, right? First of all, what we do, right, we have an automated onboarding process, right? So when the client pays, what we do is we have automations in place so that, the client has the best experience possible, because the experience is what's going to help with the retention, right? We have a closer deal form where they sign a form, right? In this form, they put all their details in and it automatically will send them the contract, right? So they sign the contract, they do the onboarding form, they fill out all their details for the onboarding, because if you're going back and forth on WhatsApp or whatever channel you use with your client about the details that they have, it's going to be very difficult, and they're not going to trust you. Like, they'll be like, who is this guy? This guy is like a random freelancer from like abroad, right? And that's not what we want to be. We want to be a professional marketing agency, right? That means putting the right systems in place. So with this onboarding form, you're just simply asking them questions like my radius services, all the questions that you need in order to actually, start running the ads. And once that's done, we create the sub account, right? And obviously, then we start working on service delivery, because without the right fulfillment, like, you guys will not get anywhere. Like, you'll just keep, yeah, it's okay to like piff like a couple clients, it'll get you somewhere. But like, in the end of the day, if you're not retaining the clients, right, that's not going to get you anywhere. And if your goal is only to piff clients and only to get as far as possible by closing, then just unsubscribe and stop watching this video, right? What you guys actually want to do is focus on the service delivery, because if you sign 5 clients or 2 or 3 clients, but they're consistently paying you, right? Then you're gonna have the budget to start running paid ads. Then you're gonna have the budget to wiggle a bit and take more risks with your agency. But if not, you're always in this position where you kind of feel like, oh, I don't know what to do, right? So let's go into the service delivery, right? Once you get your client, what I suggest you guys do is go into the ads library, right, and search the specific niche of the client that you have. Like say it's home remodeling, go home remodeling ads. You find a lot of examples there of what works and what doesn't work. And if it's car detailing, do the same car detailing, and like in the specific country they're in, and filter them for the active ads that have been running for a month. And believe me, you'll find already what's working, so you don't have to basically reinvent the wheel. Like with SMMA, like you can copy paste and it can get you to 100K a month, right? It's all about copying pasting what actually works, and everything that works is already online, right? Because it's all online, it's online business, right? It's kind of, once you know that, right, and the next step, once you set up the ads, right, once you find the winning strategy, you want to set up the funnel properly. You want to create the sub account, set up the automations, set up everything that's actually going to help them get the results that they want. Do not just send them leads, right? Trust me, you'll not get them the results they want, because if you have the automation in place and you're actually helping them set the appointments, believe me, it'll take you further than just sending them leads, just because of the fact that you have more control in the back end type of systems, because they're kind of now depending on you to send them out the appointments, because they're not depending on themselves on that, and they don't have the control to say, oh, these leads are bad anymore, because you can filter them out for them, right? Then you obviously launch the ads, and once that's it, pretty. You launch the ads and you keep maintaining it, monitoring, setting in the right expectations throughout the contract term, and believe me, that's how you're going to retain the clients, and that's how you're going to fulfill them, right? So it's exactly on a high level, exactly like pretty much what it takes to get to 10K a month, right? If you need one-on-one help to get you there faster, just drop me a DM on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. Ciao.